Well, hello, Coffee Time friends. How you doing? I told you we would come live this morning as we could, and this is a chance that we can. I'm having my... We've already cut out one, so that's not a good sign. I'm having my second cup of coffee. I am putting together Mama's sweet potato casserole. She's over here finishing up regular potatoes, and or she's checking them so I can mash them in a second. Now, this is just a casserole dish. You can use whatever you want. I don't know what size this is. It's square. She just took sweet potatoes out of the can. She cooked them. She added butter, brown sugar, white granulated sugar, and vanilla. Anything else, Mama? Salt, pepper? And I'm just going to coat this pan with this whole stick. No, I'm not going to use a whole stick, but I'm just coating the pan with a stick of butter. And this is not softened. This is coming around the refrigerator, so if you do soften, you'll have a mess. But this is just to keep it from sticking. Plus, it'll give it a little flavor, too. So when they get down there to the bottom, there's going to be a little bit of flavor, extra flavor down in there. This is just really, I guess, to help with cleanup, because it's not going to stick because it's already cooked. Now, that's all you do with that. Can y'all see what I'm up to? Alright, what'd you tell me then, Mama?
Stir it up real good. I'll put a little more butter in.
This meat, this is full of potatoes. I can't let that go. You put a little bit more what in it?
Butter.
A little more butter. A little better bits of butter. Alright, Mama. I'll let you have that crazy thing. Mama is not ready to be camera ready. She said, my hair ain't done. Don't you put me on that thing. Yes, ma'am. Alright, so in go the sweet potatoes, and there's a bunch of them. This is a simple little dish to make. It doesn't require your attention, because once you put those marshmallows on there, they will burn. It's kind of, well, it is a meringue. Now, this is what Mama don't call sweet potato casserole. What I do call sweet potato casserole. She calls it sweet potatoes with marshmallows. I call it sweet potato casserole. But now there is one. I'm sure some of you all use it, and it has pecans and caramelized pecans on top. Mama makes that one sometimes, but most of the time we do the miniature marshmallows. I probably could have got every drop of that out with a spatula, but I got most every drop out. Alright, now all I'm going to do is just level these. They're not at all hard to level, because all you have to do is just push them up to the sides. Just like that. Now, normally if you were going to bake these in here, you would wait till you baked it. Then you would add your marshmallows on at the very last. Now, in this situation, you might think, well, John, that pan don't look half full. Well, you don't want it to be up to the edge because of the marshmallows. We're getting ready to put those on right now. These are just the miniature, non-flavored, just regular marshmallows. And I'm just going to add those all over the top. And you want them to be completely covered. And it'll probably take a whole bag, I don't know. Can't have too many marshmallows, but you do want it completely covered. I got a little butter up here. Wouldn't hurt nothing, but I don't like it. So a whole bag of miniature marshmallows. And this bag, this particular bag, is a 10-ounce bag. So now you just want to place them on there. Just like this. Now, like when that one turned up and got sweet potato, you want to cover that up because that will show a little, this won't look as good. Because all you're wanting on these, now if I had one of them fancy torches, I could just torch this. But we'll do it the old-fashioned way, in the oven, under the broiler. And now see, once I put the marshmallows on there, this makes a full casserole dish. And isn't it great? I'm just placing them now just to cover up any holes. Now they'll melt a little and get soft. And they'll balloon down. But that's all you have to do right there. Is just cover it. And that is sweet potato casserole. And see, it's right up to the lip where you want it. And that's going to be beautiful golden brown in just a moment. And that's all we're going to do with that. We're also going to do regular mashed potatoes. And we're fixing a big old pot full. So it'll take a couple sticks of butter and probably a can or half a cream or evaporated milk, as you all call it. So y'all having a great Sunday. Is this an amazing Sunday for y'all? What are y'all up to? We'll be getting ready for Sunday school here in about 35-40 minutes. And we'll be coming on with Sunday school highlights again. Good morning from Sandusky, Ohio. Is that Sandusky, Ohio? Did I say that correctly? Sandusky, Ohio. Hello, Vicky. How are you? It says, good morning, my friends. Well, hello, Miss Anna. How are you? Hey, Tina. What are y'all having for lunch today? What's your Southern Sunday lunch like? You may not even be Southern. You may be somewhere else. Mama, I got the marshmallows on there.
Oh, you're doing good.
Mama's got her hair did. Now, Mama, that was a quick hair did.
I'm a quick person. I believe in being quick.
Mama almost got all that out.
You did a real good job.
So did I do this right?
Mm-hmm.
Mama's all in blue today.
Oh, no.
All dressed up. Now, Mama will put this in the oven. Now, this bears watching. You have to watch this. The ham is in there right now. So, we will have to take the ham out before we put this in there because we'll have to put this on broil. So, this isn't going to be happening right now. We're going to get that ham.
Let you check the ham.
And then you're going to brown it.
Not right this minute, no, because
Okay.
it's too early.
So, now she just want me to check the ham. That ain't a bad job, is it? I have enjoyed half a pot of coffee already. Been up early. I like to get up early and get the day started. I do go to bed early.
This is flat behind the...
Do you want me to get the Mama?
Watch your elbow.
I'm good. I like to get up and get the day going. See what the world's all about. Now here I'm going to let Mama unwrap this. She'll show you. Now we didn't put anything on this ham. In this ham, it's just in water. Wrapped it in aluminum foil good. And that's it. It was a Kentucky Legend. And we're going to tip it. It's pre-sliced. You don't ever want to take a ham to dinner or anything like that without slicing it. Because you just...
I had the butcher to slice it.
You just get into a mess. People trying to carve it off, or you have to station somebody there to carve it. You always want to slice that ham before you go to the dinner. Mama, this ain't getting too warm.
It ain't hot enough yet.
No, ma'am.
That's what I was afraid of.
No, man, we got another little bit to go.
Okay.
That's a Kentucky Legend. You folks from Kentucky know all about the Legend. It's just a good ham. It's a good quality ham. We've used other, I know there's other brands out there. We've used Smithfield. We used, I'll put that in the oven for you.
I got it.
You sure? She got it.
Are you talking about me behind my back?
No, I said you got it. She's a little paranoid today. Mama, how come so paranoid? Guilty conscience. All right, what are y'all up to? Hey, Barbara Hicks. Mara Lisa. I love Kentucky Legend hams. They are good, aren't they? You can always ask your butcher to slice it.
That's what I had to do.
That's what Mama did. So it's a better, and it doesn't dry it out or nothing. If you wrap it in that aluminum foil, you don't have a problem with the sliced ham. Sometimes those spiral sliced hams that you get in the stores, if you don't wrap them just right, with aluminum foil, they will dry out. Now, the spiral sliced, usually we use those at Easter or Christmas or something like that, and we do put a glaze over those. Mama usually makes up and I don't anybody get sideways on this, but it's grape jelly and mustard, French's yellow mustard. I know it may not sound like a good combo, but if you've never tried it, don't knock it till you do. It provides, with a little brown sugar, it provides the best sweet, tangy deliciousness for ham. And I don't know the quantities of each. We do it by sight. We mix up, we take a Pyrex measuring cup. We put grape jelly in it. We put yellow mustard, French's yellow mustard in it, and brown sugar, and we stir it up and we let it dissolve in that. And then we make a glaze and we put it over the ham, and it's delicious.
That's what my mom had done.
That's what my mom done. That's what, for centuries, the Davis family has used that recipe. I don't know how far it goes back, but my aunts use it, my mom uses it, and it's delicious. We're not the biggest clove fans. I know clove is parallel with ham most of the time, but most of the time the glazes that they provide have a clove base to them. And Mama don't care for clove at all. I can tolerate it, but in small quantities. So we usually skip that and make our own. So if you've not tried that, try it. I promise you there's not anything not to like about it. You don't want to put too much mustard. You want just the right amount of mustard. Mama is going to the cookbook rack. There's something up. What's up, Mama?
I don't know. I was just seeing what I could come up with.
She's got her mind working. A lot of times we have put pineapple rings with cherries in the middle, and we'll put that on our hams just for looks. And we put those on at the last. If you put them on early, they'll bake and they'll get dark, and that's Maggie over here drinking water. Maggie, I may get her hooked on coffee. She probably would drink cold coffee. I don't know about warm coffee. Happy Palm Sunday, Kathy. How are you? Today is Palm Sunday, folks. I'm sure y'all know the story from the Bible, how Jesus rode in on the donkey and they threw palms down in front of him, their coats, and for him to walk on, because they revered him as the king, the coming king. But 1 week later, they crucified him. So times change. People were just as easy to change back then as they are today, evidently. But today is Hosanna. Hosanna, they sang as he came into town. Read that story if you haven't read it. It's about Palm Sunday. Now, surprisingly, our Sunday school lesson today is not about Palm Sunday. I like it when the lesson aligns with the season and with the day. I started to go in a different direction, but I thought, we're in this series, so I'll just go ahead and follow through with it. But I do like it when it is Palm Sunday, when they do a lesson for that day. Mommy, get me to drain these potatoes.
Yes, we need to start draining them. Let me double check them. Make sure.
Yes, ma'am, you check them and I'll drain them. Don't you try to lift that pot. Now, I know it's heavy. That ham was heavy. Now, how big a ham was that?
Maybe about a 10 or 12, what I don't know.
10.
It was heavy, though.
A 10-pound ham, she said.
We're having
Or
other
12.
meats, so.
Yeah, this is just one of the meats we'll have. If Mama blesses these potatoes and says, yep, they're ready, I will drain them. And then we will cream them.
I think they're soft enough. We don't want them overcooked.
All right. Mama, let's switch places. You come over and entertain.
No, I can't entertain like that.
Mama says she can't. I told her, I said, someday we're just going to switch places. Come over here and let me drain the potatoes, and you can talk to everybody for a second.
I can't talk about
You can talk. I've heard you do it my whole life. Boy, can you ever talk.
He's just being mean to me this morning. And I don't have my glasses on, so I can't read anything on here.
Mama, where's your glasses?
In there by the bed.
Oh, so the bed needs glasses now?
Yeah. I took my shower. You can't take a shower with your glasses on.
I have before.
Yeah.
By mistake. Forgot them.
Only you would take a shower with your
Now,
glasses.
Mama, anybody who's wore glasses for a long period of time,
Puts them on.
yeah, it's just a part of who you are.
See, I can't read that even with my old readers on. I can't read that. So I can't answer no questions or nothing that's on here.
Why can't you, Mama?
I can't see it.
No, Mama.
So you'll have to, he's going to come back and take his place because I'm no good at it.
Now, people say, John, why don't you let Mama talk? Well, right there's the reason she won't do it. I've offered. I said, Mama, talk. You're the talker. She ain't wrong. I am a talker, but she's a talker too. She just gets a little shy sometimes. Mama, I've got the most of the juice drained off. When you're making mashed potatoes, you can leave a little juice on there. I'm going to let you take that because you can leave a little juice on there. I'm going to show you this pot of potatoes. Think that would fit an army?
That's 10 pounds of potatoes.
10 pounds of potatoes. And they are cooked to perfection. And so we're going to mash these up. I'll mash them. I don't want you to get...
Did you get the masher already?
No, ma'am. Look over there. I did not get the masher.
Oh.
We don't whip our potatoes with a I'm gonna turn y'all around this way so I won't be able to see. We don't whip them because it releases a lot more of the starch. Potatoes are a lot like dough when you're making breads or biscuits. You don't want to overwork them because they will get tough. Potatoes can get tough and pasty.
It's like
They get like wallpaper paste. So we just mash ours. If you're going to go through all the trouble of peeling potatoes and cooking potatoes, you might as well leave a few lumps so people won't question whether they're real or not. But when you taste these, you know these are not instant. Now, I don't mind instant potatoes. Mama don't like them. Another secret Mama will disagree on, but I'll tell you. Say this wasn't enough. Say you had a few potatoes you didn't have enough to feed the whole family. You can add a few instant and a little bit more milk, and you can stretch them, and they'll still taste good. Mama don't do that, but you could. Now what we'll do with these, Mama's got a crock pot over here already, and she's got it lined with a crock pot liner, and we'll just put these right in here. And it's easy to clean up. It stays warm. If you don't have these Reynolds, I don't know if there's other brands. Sometimes I say stuff like it's the only thing, but it's just the only one we use.
It's just called crock pot liner.
Crock pot liners, and it's just a liner. It don't burn. It's not. No, it's plastic, but it's not like putting plain plastic. You can tell there's something about it. And you talk about easy cleanup. Now, like today, we'll bring home a clean crock pot. All we'll do is just take this out, throw it in the garbage, and you're done with that. Bring it home. You can wash it because, Mama washes everything that leaves the house and comes back. But it'll be clean.
Ready for cream? The butter melted?
And not yet. That's another thing. You don't want to put your cream or your milk in your potatoes until you're ready to call them mashed. Because, and what I mean by that is, once you put the cream, that's about it. That's going to be a consistency you're going to have. So you want to make sure they're good mashed before you start adding your cold cream.
Sprinkling your pepper.
Here, let me see. This is just black pepper. And Mama's put pepper in it. She's already salted them. Did you add more salt since you cooked them?
No, you'll have to taste it when you get them fixed.
Taste as you go, folks. You can always put salt in. You cannot take it out.
Enough butter?
I put a little bit more butter, Mama, if it was me, because they're not. How many sticks have you put in this amount?
This makes 2.
Go ahead and put the whole 2 sticks.
2 sticks. I was going to put a little bit over here to
Well, that'll be 2 sticks.
coat the.
You don't have to coat the plastic, but it'll.
It just.
We'll put some on top. Save and put them on top when we get it in here. We always put a little butter on top, a few pads. Makes it pretty, and it also just gives you a little bit more flavor. Keeps the top from getting a hard shell on it. Now these are pretty well, I'm going to call them mashed, because they're pretty smooth. So we can add our cream. This cream is warm, room temperature. It come off the shelf. You don't want to add cream out of the...
I've got more. I know it'll take it off.
Yeah, it'll take it off. You don't want to add cream out of the refrigerator. If you do, put it in the microwave and warm it up. You want warm cream and warm butter. This butter's been sitting out a couple of hours, so it's kind of room temperature too. Now you see, I'm just sort of mashing them. I'm not whipping them, and that's what you want to do. You don't want to release all those starches and end up with a pot of paste. Now, I know some of y'all are going to say you'll use your mixer. That's fine. To each their own. Some people want super smooth, creamy potatoes. Some people like them like we do, just mashed. And that's mashed potatoes, folks. Mama, if you'll hand me a clean spoon right there beside of you, I'll taste them, see if you need to add any salt. What have you done, Mama?
I don't know. Well, there's a killer or something behind there. I can't get my door closed.
Uh-oh. Mama, I'm going to say they're probably okay for company. I would put more salt in them, but I can do that on the plate. That's another thing. When you're taking food somewhere, remember, some people don't use much salt, and some people aren't allowed to use much salt. So when this batter was salted, and she's added salt when she cooked them. So I'm going to call this good enough, Mama.
Well, good.
Well, good, she said.
Good.
Mama, come over here and give these the final mash. Make sure they're to your liking. They may need a little bit more cream.
Well, I'll have to get another.
Well, you check them here. What are you looking for, Mama?
I was going to try to find a pie thing.
A pie thing.
Yes, it needs more cream, I can tell you.
Yes, it needs more cream. We opted not to do the pineapple casserole today.
Tell them the truth.
Mama didn't have enough pineapples really for a crowd. She had 1 can of pineapples. We thought we had 2.
I thought I had 3 or 4.
She thought she had 3 or 4. That's just the way it goes, folks. So, that's okay. That was just an add-on extra anyway. But we will probably make it for Easter.
It was totally on, I thought.
We'll probably make it for Easter. But I did add cowboy coleslaw. So, they're getting an extra anyway for lunch. The cowboy coleslaw is still in the refrigerator, hanging out, and I'm going to get it out and put those onions on it, or in it, and then it'll be done. You putting more salt anyway?
Yeah, it's flat.
I think that's enough, Mama.
It was flat.
I didn't think it's too flat, Mama.
Now try that. That's a half a can more. 10 pounds of potatoes takes quite a bit.
And you can't just do it once and quit. You've got to go back and check it, because those potatoes will drink up that milk. You always want to make your potatoes soupier than you want to serve them. Because even if you put them in the crock pot, they will get a little thicker. So make them soupier than what you want your end result to be. slightly. You want to make sure that, this is just a little soupier than I want them to be when they hit their plates, because they'll tighten up. All right, Mama. There it is.
I believe that looks good.
She believes that's good. I'm going to put this in this crock pot right in this bag.
Around the edges and flip. Around the edges and flip. There you go.
Just like a backhoe operator here.
Your backhoe needs work.
Oh, my backhoe needs work. I think I'm getting more than you are, Mama. Look at that mounds of potatoes. Potatoes for days, as they say. These will every one be gone. I don't know if you can make enough potatoes.
Hopefully.
I don't know if you can make enough potatoes when you're making potatoes. Seems like potatoes are always in high demand.
I was thinking of little Teresa. She loves the potatoes.
All right, Mama, I'll let you finish that up. You don't like my backhoe anyway, you say. All right, folks, that's all there is to that. We'll turn this on, and we'll let it heat.
Here, put some butter on top, please.
Let me get it.
You're plugging it up.
Yeah. Well, maybe.
Scoot it on over. I'll move.
They could have made this cord a little longer. They didn't want it used.
Dangerous.
You think it's dangerous?
Well, the cord drooping down, a kid could get a hold of it. So you have to set it close to the plug.
Well, it's set close to the plug, Mama. There ain't no choice. All right, it's on.
Turn it on.
It's on, and we'll keep them good and warm till we get ready to leave. And we'll put some of this butter right on top here.
Well,
that's what I just said. Well,
don't want to come loose.
the butter don't either. The butter don't either.
You need a more to go on. Ugh.
Huh?
Go on top.
No, I think this will be enough.
You
It'll
got
melt and puddle. It'll be good. It will be good, Mama.
Okay.
There we go, folks. Mashed potatoes. Fit for a church dinner.
Here you go, sir.
Crock pot lid. But if you haven't tried those crock pot liners, folks, don't knock yourself out of an easy cleanup, because it is wonderful. Okay, John, do you set crock pot on the warm or low setting? Well, this one wasn't preheated. I've got it on low. But what we will do is once it does get warm, then I'll put it on warm. If you start out with a cold crock pot on warm, it takes forever. So I've got that on low, and once it gets, I can tell it's getting warm, then I will flip it over to warm, and then we'll leave it on warm during church. You make Nancy Moon, you make the channel. I don't know what that meant. Hello from Oklahoma. Hi, Karen Lee. Do you play the piano or the organ? Karen Lee, I don't. I have had piano lessons in the past. Yes, Lauren, you too. Have a good Palm Sunday. At one time, I knew I knew the notes and the scales and all that, but then I didn't do it for long years, and I forgot everything. I can chord and I can play. If I wanted to sing something, I could play enough that I could get by with it. But I couldn't play for other people. I would just get them all confused. And I don't play enough to play y'all anything. So maybe the Lord will give me that. Maybe I'll practice and get that. Maybe the Lord will help me practice and get that. But I would love to be able to play. But it just seems like there's not time, or I don't take time. Is there not time, or is it that I'm not taking time? You ever ask yourself that question? I remember one time I had a sick family member, someone I was really close with, and I would say, well, I'm going to get over there and visit. And I really would, occasionally. We got knocked off again. I would occasionally, but I didn't go as near as often as I could have or should have, because I didn't think I had time. Well, when they got sick and they needed us, I was there every day for hours, and I thought, what's the problem here? When you thought you couldn't, but when it was a priority, then you could. So that taught me young in life that we do what we want to. Most people will do what they want to. Now, you can disagree with that if you want to, but think about it. And that's like reaching out to friends and talking with friends or family or checking on your loved ones. Make that a priority, and you will be able to do it. If you haven't talked to your loved ones, and you, especially if they live close by, and you say, "Oh, I love them. There's no problem. We're not in any dispute," but you still haven't even spoken to them, then your priorities are changed. You need to reach out and talk with them. We used to have Easter dinner here and Christmas dinner here, and we used to have all the family over. But now, on the usual, we don't hear from family much. We don't call much. It's just the way the rhythm goes. You have a certain group, and you tend to reach out to them more. But if you really want to, you can. You can make time to reach out and talk to those loved ones, and do it before it's too late. Once it's too late, there ain't no going back. All you have left is regrets. So take that moment. It don't take long to text or call is even better. Maybe during COVID you can't visit. Just let them know you love them. Let them know you're caring for them. Grape jelly ingredients. Becky Patterson, are you asking about the glaze? It's just grape jelly. I would say we use half a cup of grape jelly. I'd say we use a tablespoon of mustard, and I would say we use a fourth of a cup of brown sugar. And we make up a little glaze. You can add a little warm water to it if you need to get all that to dissolve. Take a small whisk or a big whisk, whatever you can use. Stir all that up, and once it's emulsified together, let that set for about 10-15 minutes. Let that sugar dissolve so you don't just have granulated sugar. And pour that over the top of the ham at the last 30 minutes to an hour. It's delicious, and it'll caramelize. That brown sugar. Oh, and we do put granulated sugar in it. How much, Mama? Probably about another fourth cup of granulated sugar in the glaze.
I put brown sugar, not granulated.
You don't put granulated at all?
No.
I think last time I put granulated and brown. Mama says she just uses brown sugar. So you just put it in there and let it dissolve and pour it over it. There's no recipe for it other than just how much ham you got and how you want to fix it. You can use that for lots of things. You can use that for little smokies. We use it for little smokies in the crock pot. When we have a get together or we're having a party, we always put a little bit of grape jelly, mustard, brown sugar, and I usually put a little bit of granulated sugar in my smokies, and you can put that in a crock pot and make for smokies. Now with the smokies, I usually add that and my favorite barbecue sauce. So that makes it really good. You can add that mixture to meatballs, frozen meatballs. Very good. Delicious, in fact. And it makes a wonderful marinade for them. To the meatballs, if I add it to meatballs, I usually add a jar of marinara sauce, a jar of orange marmalade, and brown sugar. That makes a great tangy, zesty, tomatoey deliciousness. But the grape jelly we use for ham most of the time.
I'm going to stir up a gum.
A gum?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Mama, what kind of gum are you making?
This type of chocolate cake mix I've got left.
Here's Mama making a gum. Is this a made-up recipe for a gum, Mama?
Yeah, totally made up.
You make a gum, and I'm going to go let Maggie out.
Okay, all I'm doing is putting a half a box of chocolate cake mix in here. And I'm getting that wheel.
Hold on, girl.
And I'm going to pour this cake in here. I'm going to dump a can of cherries on top of it and see if it has time to bake. All I'm going to do is get this egg. When everything's scattered out in your kitchen, you get a lot of exercise of walking around getting everything. And there's my egg I'm putting in there. And then I'm going to get a half a cup of water. I was going to fix like a cherry pie, but I didn't have, couldn't find what I wanted, so I'll just make one up. And that's all I'm doing. I'm going to put just a little dab of oil in here. Johnny's left me stranded. I ain't good at this. I ain't good at it at all. So, I'm going to get him when he comes back. Oh, I believe he's froze up the camera. No, there it moves. What all y'all's doing? I hope after I get home this evening, I'm going to totally rest. I'm not going to do nothing else today. I clean up my kitchen and rest. Spray my pan good. Johnny better come back and save us because I've killed him. I'm not talking right. I can't carry on that conversation like you do.
Maggie, come on.
He's trying to get the dog in. Sometimes she's stubborn and don't want to come like she's supposed to. Sometimes she's real good and gets here quick. Right spatula I wanted, it's gone. I told him I wasn't talking and doing good like you do.
Was you scared, Mama?
Yes, I was scared, really scared, because I was in here by myself.
All by yourself. Oh. Now maybe they'll start saying, let Mama talk.
Yeah.
What are you making, Mama? Chocolate cherry cake.
It's going to be a gum, I told you.
Well, let's say something besides gum so they'll know what you're doing.
I'm just messing this up. This is that half of chocolate cake that I had for your birthday.
So you're making chocolate and cherry.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds good.
What is it? Black Forest.
So you're just making a chocolate cake and you're adding some cherry pie filling.
Mm-hmm.
Now Maggie just had to come back.
Yeah.
I have
She can wait a minute.
She probably won't.
You can tell who's the boss around here. People, this will probably work out bad, but who knows? You try stuff. Does that look all right to you?
Well, yeah, it looks good, Mom.
That's all I'm doing.
Well, that sounds good. Folks, this is meal prep, lunch prep for the potluck. And we're going to call that chocolate cherry cake instead of gum. Sounds better. I'll tell you what. Look here, I'm going to show you this right quick. Just to show what I was talking about a while ago. Look at that beautiful mashed potatoes. I've got to get my... Mama, if you'll hand me that. Oh, I can't move this. It is really short cords.
Ooh, I'm sorry. Pick the pot holder.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Leave it there. It ain't in my way too bad. Okay. I'm going to do that cowboy coleslaw right quick. We're just digging out here, as you can see. Alright. Cowboy coleslaw has been sitting all night. It should have had a good rest. And, Mama, what'd you do with them onions?
They're in the little center drawer.
Okay, and would you rinse them for me? Just in cold water. Okay, let's see what we have here, folks. Mama's going to rinse those onions in cold water. If they're a little strong, that will help them. Oh, the coleslaw is looking good. You can make a coleslaw. Look here. This, well, y'all want to tilt down. Look here. Coleslaw is ready. It smells good. I did want to put those onions in yesterday. I think that's a good call. I'm even going to rinse them this morning where they've sat all night. If you're going to add onions to something, you don't want it to be too strong. Rinse in some cold water. And but I'm going to put those in here. Then I'm going to transfer this over to a bowl of Mama's Choice because it just works out better that way. And see, she just rinsed these. And they still have onion smell, but they're not that overpowering smell. And I'm just going to put about half of these in here. Because I'm not making onion slaw. I'm making cowboy slaw. But this will add some pretty color. It'll add a great flavor. And it'll be enough of a flavor. So it's about a fourth of a slice. Because y'all saw what I had, one big thick slice yesterday. Now I haven't tasted this, but I'm sure it tastes great. Because I've made it enough that I know what it's going to taste like. No, Mama. This it's great. It's a sound of trying to brag on myself. It's absolutely delicious. Mama, pick out the bowl.
Let's see.
She's bringing a pink bowl.
Is that what it is? I think it needs this smaller one.
You pick, Mama.
I don't know.
No, it's big.
Oh, this is like Easter, pinkish.
I told you. Did I guess it? Mama thinks in terms of the holiday. Easter is pink.
Pink, yellow, green.
Alright, let's dip it up and look how pretty it will be. Now you know. You know this is going to a church social. So it has to be clean on the edges. Nothing marred up, nothing bad.
Nothing more of
You know, you can't be ugly. It has to be just right. And you gotta wipe them edges before you take it, folks. Don't you be taking no bowls out in public and embarrassing the whole family with dirty bowl edges. So you seen I just piled that right up in the middle. And I'm just going to gently push it around so I keep my edges to perfection. Mama, that was a lovely choice of bowl. Right size, beautiful Easter color. And there it is, folks. cowboy coleslaw. I'm going to take my Roma noodles and I'm going to put them right on the lid when Mama gets the lid. And right before I serve it, we will pop this open, sprinkle the top of it with these Roma noodles. And it just gives it a little crunch, and it just makes it taste a little extra. So, it's ready to go. Try this. Your family will like it. It's one of those, now I might put a few chopped up tomatoes on it, fresh tomatoes, Romas. But it's one of those things when people say, "Oh, what is that? Oh, that's good. I want that recipe." It is that good. It's that family reunion thing. The next time they'll say, "Hey, bring that coleslaw you brought that time." It's good. And it will be pretty. Because I think I will chop up some tomatoes here. I got a few Romas. I think I will chop up some and just maybe one and just place it around there just for the color. Just for that little bit of extra when you're taking it somewhere. You all know what I'm talking about. The one that over there. So I'll put these right on top of here. I'll put me a few tomatoes on there, and we're ready to go. That's all there was to that, folks. Meet me on the back porch. I'll be out in the swing in about 5 minutes. Give me time to get a cup of coffee. And we'll have we'll have Sunday school highlights, and we'll let Mama fix Southern lunch here today. We'll have Sunday school highlights.
Fixing the marshmallows, I think.
She's going to brown those marshmallows. Don't take your eye from them, folks. You'll have burnt marshmallows. I promise you, there's no way that you can multitask and brown marshmallows on top of a casserole. If you are that rare person, let us know. Because you better be watching, because they'll turn brown that quick. Meet me on the porch. We'll have some Sunday school. Y'all take care now.